Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, or good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to GameStar TV. We're live here on mixer.com/GameStar, and we are bringing you the Gears Esports APAC Regional Series, or as we like to call it affectionately, something like that, the Gears Ears. EARS. Welcome in. My name is Crisis. I'm going to be your host all day today and chipping in here and there with a little bit of play-by-play casting. And I'm joined in the studio once again by someone who's turning out to be a fantastic Gears caster and making a name for himself in the scene. It's none other than Made in Oz. G'day, Made.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me back.
So, Made, we are here at week number 3. It's another Swiss qualifier. We've got 6 rounds coming up, and I believe we have 7 teams in total?
Yeah, it looks like, I think there's 7. Unfortunately, your team had to pull out, but we had another Indian team come in at last minute, so 7 in total.
Yeah, so it's unfortunate because E-Team has decided to disband after entering 2 weeks in a row. And just to show you exactly how unfortunate that is, we're going to get up on the screen for you right now the current leaderboard. So this is all the teams that have earned points. I think there's one team that has played that hasn't earned any points, that hasn't re-entered after phase 1. So they got a bit of a pounding and decided not to enter again, unfortunately. But look at that. You can see that E-Team, as of after week 2, we're sitting at 2nd position. And 2nd position, I think, has a prize of $700 or so to split between the players. So, or it might even be $750. So, very disappointing for them that they've disbanded. It would almost have been a certainty if they had played and maybe won 2 or 3 games today, that they would have qualified in the top 4 and gone through to the finals, which take place on the 10th of December. And will be broadcast right here on mixer.com/GameStar once again. So you can see at the moment all the teams that are in the money, so to speak, because all 4 teams that make it to the finals will earn some level of cash. Sitting there on the outside, Made in Oz, is team ranked 5th at the moment, Mindfreak. And do you expect they're going to be sitting in 5th at the end of today?
Yeah, definitely not. I'd imagine they'll go from 5th to 2nd today. I don't believe it's mathematically possible for them to take 1st, especially not because Janitors are not going to lose 7-0 to everyone. I believe the only way that Mindfreak would take 1st today is if Janitors didn't win any rounds. So I think Janitors will still be sitting on 1st going into the finals, and Mindfreak will be nipping at their heels close 2nd.
All right. Now, because we've got 7 teams, once again, of course, there's going to be a bye each round. And I saw that there were some questions last time around about what exactly happens with the buys. You earn the full points. So if you are denied playing because you get put into a bye, you get the full 7 points added to your score. So don't worry about that. If your team is not listed for round 1 of today, or any of the rounds, in fact, you'll automatically get the 7 points. It's the only fair way of doing it, because it's not your fault you're not playing; it's our fault, or really, the other team's fault. So for those teams who had buys last week, and there was some uncertainty about whether they got points or not, don't worry, I've got your back. I added your points already, and so the points that you see right now on the leaderboard are the points as they stand. And of course on GameStar.com/leaderboards/Gears is the full leaderboard, and you can see all the points from wins and the points from losses and that sort of thing. So GameStar.com, just follow it in the menus. You'll be able to find, there's a menu item there that says leaderboards, and you'll be able to find the Gears Esports APAC Regional Series. Now, what is our first map going to be? Our first match going to be, Made?
First match, sorry for the delay. The first match is going to be Pineapple Lumps versus the Janitors. So the mixed girls team, they're coming up against the 2nd seed at the moment.
Wow, okay, so that's going to be quite a tough match for the Pineapple Lumps. Although, having said that, in week 1, I think the Pineapple Lumps did really well. They won 5 of their games or something like that. So they are not a pushover at all.
No, definitely not. No, they've definitely got some fire behind them. They're, definitely one of the better teams and one of the good teams that the OCE region has. So I think this match is probably going to be one of the closest matches of the day, I'd say.
All right. Now, have you sent me an invite to the lobby?
I haven't as yet. That's what I was just looking into. I can see that you're online. Yep, cool. I'm just going to invite you now.
Great. All right.
Awesome.
I'm going to
Yep,
get my Xbox thing open. So while we're just getting that sorted out, you want to check out our Twitter, twitter.com/GameStar. Make sure you hit a follow there because we put out all of our updates, all the news, that sort of thing. Our first map tonight, of course, is going to be Foundation. We will release, it's one of the things that I have forgotten to put out a proper notice about it. But the maps essentially are going to be for the first couple of rounds. We're going to have, that's phase 1, that's phase 2. It's going to be Foundation, then Harbour, then Impact, then Lift, then Reclaimed. And then after that, the final map will be Forge Blitz.
Awesome.
Okay, so where's that invite? Let me see if I can find an invite. I'll click on your doohickey there. Should I have seen an invite that's come through from you?
Yeah, it should be there.
There you go. I'm joining. There you go. I just opened your profile in the Xbox Live thing. Oh, and of course, the other thing that we've announced on Twitter, if you were following us, you'd know this. But we've announced on Twitter that we're going to be doing a giveaway today. We're going to be doing a couple of giveaways, in fact. Giveaway both of them are going to be for a $20 Steam card, courtesy of GameStar. And it's going to be interesting how we actually managed to do it because, on Twitch, we've got bots and things like that going. Don't know how we're going to do it on Mixer, but we've got a couple of $20 Steam cards. I'll be watching the Mixer chat through the day, and hopefully what I'll do is I'll probably pick out the best comment or something like that. That's going to be the best way to do things. So 2 of the best comments, in fact, is what we'll pick out.
Yep.
And they'll get a $20 Steam card. I'll drop down into Spectator. And bear in mind, of course, that it's 20 New Zealand dollars. So it gets very confusing because the cash prizes are in US dollars. Most of you are in Australia, so there's Australian dollars. And then, I'm in New Zealand, so when I go down to the supermarket and buy myself a couple of Steam cards, they're in 20 New Zealand dollars. So it's worth about $15 Australian, probably about $11 American, I think. But, it's something for nothing, just making a cute comment or something like that in the Mixer chat, and it's yours. And right now, there are 10 people watching. So there's a really good chance. Like, if each of you comment once, I've got to choose 2 of you. Okay, are we ready to go?
We're just waiting on the last player now to join up, which I believe is for the Janitors.
All right, I'll just I'll just check how things are going in the Discordia and just let everybody... So, is the player coming, or is there an uncertainty about the player?
Yeah, no, Lords was playing with them just before. He's online. He was screaming with them just before, so I'm not sure what the delay is, but he is there. He may have just needed to restart his internet or something. It says he's in the main menu of Gears, so don't imagine he'd be too far away.
All right, well, I'm going to kick off things with everybody else and let them know that they may start their round 1 matches. So here we go. Round 1 matches begin, and I'm going to hit the... let's just check in.
Yep, here we go. Cool. We've got everyone in the lobby.
Fantastic. All right, so let them know that they can start when they are ready, and we will be on like Donkey Kong. So if you want to know what's happening with the other teams at the moment, we've got Mindfreak going up against Rise Against, that's off air, and the Checkmates going up against Team India. So it's great. Each week we've had teams from India, and this time maybe that's a super team that has entered. Of course, the Gears Ears is open to all of APAC, so it's not just the Australia and New Zealand teams that are allowed to enter. Anybody in APAC. So we've got to see if we can find our compatriots in Japan and get them to start entering as well, because I believe that they used to enter the 2Ks, didn't they, mate?
Yeah, we had one or two teams for a little bit that were popping in and out of the region here. Good to see some of them come back.
All right, escalation on a foundation loading in. Now, a reminder to everybody that's watching, the way that we score the maps or the leaderboard for the Gears EARS is we award you all of the points that you earn in a game. So if you lose a game 7-0, then you get 0 points. But if you lose a game 7-6, that's a really close game, and you deserve to earn some points. You get all 6 points that you've earned within that game. So it's really important that you play your heart out. Every single point counts and adds up to the leaderboards. And there were a couple of teams that earned 12, 14 extra points from their losses going through. And mate, as soon as you earn 14 points from losses, that's as if you have won 2 games.
That's it. Yep.
Here we go, into the match.
So, yeah, it's starting into round 1 here on Nation. Pineapple Lumps team playing as the Locust as the red team, and then we've got the Janitors as the Cold team. So, should be a pretty close matchup. I'm interested to see how the teams want to play it, but it should be a pretty standard after the initial game.
And just remind me, how do I turn on the outlines?
I believe it's the option for target camera, which is F1.
No, that's all right. I'll see if I can find it.
Okay. So starting off the initial break here, there's a couple of kills. The 2 members of Janitors dropping down in the middle area, so they have secured the middle map and they have secured the B hill at the moment. So they've got won the initial, getting the initial points off the break, so nothing too much to that. It is only 10-second respawn, so there's the lead of this round. So another kill does turn away of Pineapple Lump. Janitors are coming up and play for 3. Does just go for the double down, but Deadman does manage to save one before he gets played out. That was big kill for him, that was really well played. Kill goes down, so Fred and Lord and Will are playing for home team now. So Janitors have realised that they don't need to fight for the open middle map area, and they can start playing for home team. So it's smart decision making. From here, they can even potentially run straight back down into the B now that they've got the enemy's home hill. Their focus will be trying to get that home hill back, so they could even split down the B now and get the whole match and try and get the lead again. There's a big fight going on at the home hill at the moment, so big fights going down there. So it should be that combination going in the way of Pineapple Lump now. Get a couple of kills. Then he's able to get a touch on the B hill and keep his team in it for the time being. So he bought his team much needed time there. He did exactly what he needed to do. So that was well played by him. We do have now the Janitors coming off spawn, so they're going to regroup. They should be able to group up and go for a big team push in for the fight that they need to do to be able to break this setup from the Pineapple Lump. So we do have the push coming in now with coming across the street here. So Ruckus a bit caught out of position there, wasn't really aware. He's getting caught out in the 2v1 situation. So 2v1 situation now against Violet on the home hill. Violet should just be able to back away. But she's charging in it. Seems a bit unnecessary. I mean, you kind of put the 1v2 there. You didn't really die. But it's so best to just play your life. You've still got the point of damage. I believe at this point, Pineapple Lump will win off with 1 kill as well, so they need to make the decision. Do they want to try and take the fight from their home hill back, or do they want to try and sit down and keep the whole of these? Because like I said, they will win off 1 kill. So just so they're bidding the dice and spinning their players a little bit. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's going to come back and bite you if your B players die and your home hill players die. So one of the Pineapple Lumps members did manage to break the home hill here. Just got the kill and goes on to Violet. Instead, Violet get another kill there. Violet did really well, taking a 2v1, winning that home hill, and effectively winning her team around. And he was getting broken. So massive plays by Gillett. That was all her. That round was on the back of Gillett there.
All right, still looking for that hotkey. So if anybody's watching that can tell me, let me know and we'll get it on. So that's an excellent first round for the Pineapple Lumps. We said it would be close because they are no pushover, and here they are taking the first round.
Yeah, definitely not a pushover, not by any means. They haven't been, insanely active as of late, but I mean, neither have I. When I was jumping around in pickup games, pick up scrims and whatnot, and even scrims of my own team for a period of time, the Pineapple Lumps were definitely one of the better teams to practice against because they don't play your traditional, pug, Nasher heavy. They play smart, they play reserve, they push when they need to, and they have good team chemistry. So they're definitely, like you mentioned, definitely not a pushover at all. They're definitely going to come out swinging and put up a good fight here against the Janitors. So jumping into round 2 now, pretty standardised weapon defense. So just a just a hammer burst at the welding and fountains. So a bit of support fire helping take the B hill. So pretty standardised fight, which will be going down in the middle of the map as usual. I am on board with Fred Crustus. I think you're sort of, yep, there you go, Cause, just checking the screen. Cool. So we do have a bit of a fight going on down here at B. We've got Lord pushing up here. Big kill there, Wheels got on Lady Luck. Firestar will likely drop here as well. So 2 kills in the way of the Janitors now with a good cross in mid. So that's 3 players dead. If they can get Ruckus here, that'll be 4. Now, this is where they need the decision making today. Overextend. Fred from Subway's already up on the enemy's home hill. So they are going for that triple cap domination and just see whether or not they can hold off this next sort of, if they can get this next sort of kills. Lady Luck just went massive. Oh, wow, that was a massive 2 kills there for her. That was really well, saving her team with that huge 2-piece on her home hill. So now, because she got those 2 kills, they can start forcing in the middle of the map, forcing into this B area. They should be able to take this hill as well, because if they get this kill on Wheels, which they will, they've got the map control, they've got the player advantage, and they will be getting the point advantage in about 20 seconds. So they did commit 5 players to B hill though, so that was a bit risky. Their home hill has been broken and is being capped now by the Janitors as a result of it. So I don't necessarily agree with playing 5 there. I think that's kind of a, all-in sort of strat, and I don't feel like that necessarily paid off. They do manage to get their home hill now, but it's going to be at a pretty big cost. Willet is more than likely going to die here along with Rucker, so I don't feel like playing 5 for that home hill was the right idea. There is 3 dead for them now, so you'll see the Janitors here will surely cut through the middle of the map and start heading in towards the B hill now because of that overextension from the Pineapple Lumps team.
Here comes Clutch AU. He's going to meet 2 players who are crouching down. He's got Fred from Subway with him as well. There they go in, and Lady Luck books it out of there. She's taken a bit of damage. Firestar with the support as well. And right now it's very polite fighting. They split off into 2 now, heading on over to Lady Luck. Just to see exactly how she comes out on top, and that is great. Alway has arrived and provided a little bit of support as well, and they hold on to that B side. A is getting diminished down though, so nobody actually capping it, mate. It's just sitting there, great.
No, so there's no one on it, but it's not necessarily a massive deal. I mean, they wouldn't have won that anyway. They still needed to get to C, which was Janitors' home hill. So I think it was the right call not initially capping that hill, trying to support your teammates first. I think that's what Alway was doing. I mean, it was the right play if that's what he was doing. You don't necessarily need to force a triple cap when you know they're coming off spawn. So it was the right play, but they seem... Pineapple Lumps do have very good team fire, and they do know when to push and when to fight for each other, but they seem to be kind of all in. They're committing. Fred just going massive with a massive 2-kill down their home hill. Sorry, I'll talk about that a bit later. Fred got another one. Fred just getting 3 kills on the home hill. That was massive. Fred just chunking everyone, which got them the triple cap domination. So what I was just getting into saying was that Pineapple Lumps, like I said, they do have good team chemistry and they do shoot for each other, which is exactly what you need. But they seem to be going all in. They're playing all their cards at once and playing 4 or 5 people to a hill when I don't feel like it's needed. You can play slower. You can have a bit of a standoff 2v2 or 2v3 or, even 3v3. But by committing everyone to a specific hill or a specific area in the map and leaving one person, or if even one of you dies, you've got no map control or map presence then. So as we saw, they all tried to play for that overextension, and Janitors were able to just systematically destroy their periodic defense. So they were able to just push through lines, kill them all, and get the triple cap domination off of Fred's massive 3-piece from the home hill.
I mean, it's a bit of a trade-off that you've got to decide on which way you're going to go, because
Yeah.
you might feel as though your 1v1 skills are not good enough and you need more support. So there's kind of a call that gets made. Are we going to have 3 players go together, 4 players go together, 5 players going together, depending on how confident we are about whether we're going to be able to win the gunfights? And then you've got to trade that off against map control. So I suppose in that second round, the trade-off didn't go quite the way that the Pineapple Lumps had hoped for.
And look, no, it didn't. And the reason is because we're on higher respawns. It's fine to force those fights when you get those kills and the enemy team's going to be sitting in the lobby, you know, waiting to spawn for ages. That's fine. But on 10, 12, 15 second spawns, by the time you've got those kills and started moving, the team's already off spawn. So it's just not a good idea. But jumping into this round here, we do see the Pineapple Lumps win the initial break in the middle of the fight, but now they do have 2 members dead, sorry. And the Janitors are just pulled on the throat. They're just not letting up at all. Wills is honing in on this kill. He wants this triple cap domination, so they're just absolutely keeping the pressure down, not letting Pineapple Lumps breed at all, and it's good to see. So he does get a bit of assistance there from his teammate, which is Fred in the middle, but he does go down. So Fred got a much-needed kill there. He will be able to get back to kill Rush. Ruckus got up just before Fred got there and cleaned up 2. Always managed to clean up 2 as well. So 5 members dead now for the Janitors. So this should be an easy triple cap domination for the Pineapple Lumps if they can move quickly. So 3 players for Janitors are now coming off spawn. And they just realised. So now they've made that good decision making. It looks like Ruckus might be lagging out a little bit here, actually. So yeah, Ruckus is, after that massive play, jumped to 1200 ping, so that's a bit unfortunate. But yeah, they did make, I like that call that they made. That was a good decision making, that was the right play. Don't overcommit when there's 4 people coming off spawn. You did have 5 dead, but you were too slow, and it's important to recognise that. So Ballway realised he was caught out too far, is what we call in Gears of War, but playing the kill, so that means he was their kill. So he tried to back up, but it was just a little too late. So there should be a 2v1 or a 2v1 fight here. So I don't like that from Lady... Oh, okay, she was sandwiched. Right, so Lady Luck, I thought she was just head down pushing that, but she was sandwiched. So the Janitors have secured the B hill. They do have 3 members dead now for Pineapple Lumps. So they've managed to pick up an initial wave of kills. Triple cap domination coming in on the home hill. So big fights going down. Alway does manage to kill Lords. If they can get another kill on Fred, that'll be good. Wills and Dead Zone realise that they're caught out of position and need to drop back, need to try and hold that middle map, keep that map control, otherwise it's all snowball and you can be easily triple capped here. So good plays by them, good understanding of what they need to do when they needed to do it. Their home hill has been decapped, but that's not a necessity to have right now.
Now just remind me, does the hill get capped faster if you have 1 or more players on it?
It does, yeah, absolutely.
And is there a maximum, you know, so once you've got 3 players, that's the maximum, or does it keep capping faster and faster as you get...
No, it keeps going. So, yeah,
oh, right, okay.
You've got 5 people in the with you.
Shout out to Muteberg, who is very excited about watching Gears on Mixer.com. Of course, he is aware that Mixer is financing all of the prizes, so big shout out to Mixer for sponsoring the Gears APAC, Gears Esports APAC Regional Series. As we stare at another domination, it's stopped momentarily. A toe hold arrived, but it was too late, and it's now 2-1 in favor of the Janitors.
Yeah, so there wasn't a lot to that round. It was a bit teams had their moments. I feel like that's the sort of round where it's going to be hard not to get disheartened. Your Ruckus got a massive 2 kills down at the B hill. They were wanting to play for that triple cap domination, which is why he started running up the middle of the map and trying to push for it. But after that 1,000 ping lag spike, you know, that can really mess with your confidence. You know, that can, you know, throw a cog in the wheel, so to speak, and kind of tilt you to a certain degree, that if you're trying to force that fight after you've got 5 players dead in what should have been an easy round, if you can't take it and then you lose that round, especially, it can play tricks in the back of your mind and really, you know, put you in the wrong frame of mind to be trying to play a match like this. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully we can see Vincent stable out a little bit now and don't go back to that.
All right, we're following Fred from Subway at the moment, making his way across the middle ground, just camping down by the pillars, waiting for somebody to come along, gets his Nasher out, takes a pot shot, rolls away, is in a 1v1 situation right now with Ruckus, I think it is, and unfortunately, oh sorry, it was Wills, and take your pick. Almost every single one of the cog got taken down. Sorry, the swarm got taken down.
Yeah, so those 4 players get there. Dead Zone and Fred there getting their 2 massive kills on the home hill. Just having a bit of a mess around because they know they've got another easy round. That's the sort of thing now where you need to weigh up, if you're Pineapple Lumps, how you want to play it. If you want to play slower, if you want to play more aggressive. Honestly, they have the skills to go toe-to-toe with them. So a bit of confidence, a bit of team fire in their play, a little faster movement, and just get in there and get in the fight, get your numbers in the fight and work together. I feel like Pineapple Lumps can definitely take this. So I think putting down a big weapon somewhere on the map is probably the best option for them. Try and put it down. Try and bully Janitors out of it. Get in there, get in the fight, get your numbers in there, get that confidence back up, and get a couple of rounds on the board, and you'll be looking new.
Well, let's see exactly what they put down. And they're not listening to you, mate. Frag Grenade just going, I guess, the low-key safe option.
Yeah, it's a common pick for Thingy as well. We tend to put down...
When all else fails, put down some frags.
Weapons,
yeah.
We don't like putting down big weapons. Apparently we're all a bit scared.
I mean, they can be game changers, and I don't know, maybe that's what it is. Maybe people prefer to have these kind of skirmishes decide things, because sometimes, you know, you put a sniper rifle down, put it in the right hands, and it completely changes the game. But if you don't get it, it really backfires on you. We're following Fred from Subway. We've given him plenty of love. Let's move on over to Lords at the moment, laying down some crossfire as the rest of his team books it past him onto B site. Well, it's going pretty well for them, this strategy, because they have capped that the B and C sites or hills. A at the moment is the only one that is grayed out, and Clutch is arriving there to try and make it the 3-way, but C has capped on over. So Ruckus doing a good little job. There's a frag, one of those frags blowing up there, but it is not going to be enough made to stop the 3-cap from coming through in round number 5, I think it is.
Yeah, so yeah, just touching base on the power weapons, like, you are absolutely right in that it can change the dynamic and change the way that people play a map. But I feel like if you're Pineapple Lumps, that's kind of what you need right now. That's exactly what you need, because, like I said, playing aggressive and trying to go toe-to-toe with them is a good strat, and it is what they kind of need to do. But I feel like they need to do it around a power weapon instead of just sort of doing it aimlessly. So they are trying to take these fights, but a lot of the time they're not taking smart fights, if it makes sense. So they're not pushing where they need to be. They're not fighting where they need to be. They're getting caught out of position and just not really aware of what's happening on the map. So I feel like if they put something big down, they commit a lot of numbers to it, they're all shooting for each other and they push together, it's going to work in their favour. So yes, sometimes you've got to think about, if we lose this power weapon, it's going to suck, but you've also got to think about what you can do with that power weapon, especially on 20-second respawns. If you get the initial lot of kills, get a power weapon, especially if it's a big one, you're pretty much guaranteed a triple cap domination. So with nothing big down, they swapped out the hammer burst now for the master, so that's definitely a good support weapon, but it's not really a game-changing weapon that they place down. So I'd like to see how they want to fight this, if they want to play aggressive, if they want to chill back a bit.
So we're following Firestar right now with Lady Luck hanging about B-site and not actually capping it. So they're just anticipating a bit of a firefight and don't want to be exposed. And there they come. Fred from Subway arrives with a little bit of support as well. Fred's down. Lords is remaining. And Lady Luck, well, Lady Luck's been taken down. Wills arrives too, but isn't there in time to stop the pickup going through. But he is good enough to clear away the 2 players. Well, with the... no, it wasn't with support from Lords. But yeah, clears it away, caps B, and sets the ball rolling for the Janitors.
Seemed like a bit of a misplay there from, I believe that was Yillet when she had that was Firestar when she had her teammate down there. She didn't have to go for that revive. It would have been better to kill on Wills. Wills was one shot. Wills was about to die. So if she had secured that kill on Wills, got it, revived her teammate, they would have been putting themselves in the best position to try and win. So bit of a misplay there, but these things do happen when you're down 5-1. So jumping into the second half now, obviously the neutral hill has swapped along with the home hill. So the home hills now are on the Welding and Fountain side, and then the neutral hill is down at the statue there near the baby stairs. So Respawns have been reset back to 10 seconds per spawn, along with the weapons. There are no longer any power weapons on the map, so pretty standardized fight. You'll see teams traditionally play a little bit more aggressive on the second half because they know it's respawn reset, no weapons on the map. They can afford to just play a bit riskier, so they can afford to play the high risk, high reward type thing. You know, game style, which looks like that's what the Janitors are trying to take full advantage of here by playing up aggressively on the street position and on the home hill. So big fight's going down now, which will decide this one.
Fred's taken down, giving Alway a bit of love, and it has worked out. He's doing quite well on screen right now. Wills gets taken down as well now by Alway, so that's a 2 in a row for him. Not really a double kill because there was a bit of a gap going on through there. But E now in the hands of the Swarm, that's the Pineapple Lumps, but 2 kills in favor of the Janitors right now. So they are slowly but surely extending their lead, now about 30 or 50% ahead of their opponents.
Yeah, so not necessarily, you know, be on big deal if you're not winning here at the start of the initial round or the first half, the second half rather. So it's the sort of thing that unless you've got 4 or 5 members dead, you don't really need to stress too much. As like I said, it is low spawns. There's no power weapons on the map, so teams just traditionally try to get a bit of a setup, try to get a couple of waves of kills, and then they'll force the triple cap if they have to. But a lot of the time you'll see teams just hold a setup for the first couple of rounds.
Quick shout out to Classy, who has followed us on mixer.com. That is fantastic. And a shout out as well to Zamd, who at the moment is the only person who's placed any comments in the mixer chat. So that means he's in the money right now. So if you want to take $20 New Zealand away from Zamd, you've got to get some comments going on in the mixer chats so that I notice who you are and add you to the list of potential winners of that $20 Steam card, courtesy of GameStar. So we are following Lords at the moment, coming around looking for a bit of a meat shield, finds one, but it doesn't matter. Firestar comes through, takes him out. Clutch AU is there to return the favor though, and it is now a 4-on-2 situation just before the respawns comes through, with the Janitors well in the lead with 2 hills in their favor once again.
Yeah, so there was a big fight going on there. They weren't going to be a lot of back and forth trading, which seems to be the round of the way this. But we've realised that the Janitors will win off a 1 hill. Janitors have realised that as well, so Ladybug picks up a big kill there on Fred. Their teammates are trying to fight for the home hills here, but their home hills being picked up as well, so this is going to be another round in the way of the Janitors. So
that
I don't want to say it's necessarily a matter of the Janitors beating Pineapple Lumps. I feel like it's more Pineapple Lumps beating Pineapple Lumps. I feel like there's a few misplays, a few bits of miscommunication going on, a few things that if it was all clicking, if everyone was firing on the same cylinders, if everyone was shooting together and everyone was on the same wavelength, I feel like this would be a lot closer than what it actually is. Like you said, Crisis, these guys have won like 5 out of, I think it's like 7 or 8 matches or something. So they definitely have what it takes to go pound for pound with the Janitors here and, you know, give them a good fight. It just doesn't seem like they're all on the same wavelength. They're all trying to do the same thing. It seems like they're a bit spread out, a bit across the board. So it's a bit unfortunate to see. The scoreboard is pretty reflective in this case of the actual match, in my opinion. So they started out well and they've been taking pretty good fights, but they just, after the initial, they don't really have a set plan as to what they want to do.
All right, we're following Lady Luck right now, going into a 2v1 and coming off second best, becomes a meat shield. Oh, Firestar was actually with her, and that's probably why she took the engagement, but unfortunately they're both taken down. This is match point for the Janitors, and they are well in control. They've got E and F and making a play for D right now. Wills is there, Dead Zone is there. They're going to cap it and get the triple to finish things off and take the first game of today's stream. It's round number 1 of 6, ladies and gentlemen, if you've just joined us, and congratulations to the Janitors for picking up the win there. Now we're going to go to a short break, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a couple of things that we need to sort out behind the scenes. Unfortunately, we don't have any music to play, so the last time I streamed, we streamed some Twitch music. which we probably shouldn't be doing. And I've sent an email through to Monster Cat. We've got a license with Monster Cat, but it also seems to be a Twitch license. So I've sent an email through to Monster Cat and said, hey guys, can we actually use this streaming license on Mixer as well? So unfortunately, no reply from them just yet. So no music today. So we'll go to a break. I'll set a 5-minute timer, and we will be back in 5 minutes with round number 2 of the Gears Esports APAC Regional Series right here on mixer.com/GameStar.